Okay, let's talk about the truth about World Financial Group leader Eric Olson from San Jose, California. Well, I go way back years and years with Eric Olson when he was just really getting started in the business as a young guy in college and just full of what I would call unbridled ambition. And I've interviewed, as some of you may know, self-made millionaires for almost 40 years now. Next year it'll be 40 years all over the world, over 1,300 interviews. And Eric Olson, honestly, has been one of the most interesting of all of them, because I'd heard all these stories, and you may have heard, if you just recently attended a meeting, you're looking at joining his team, that's kind of the purpose of this video, to give you kind of the backstory, at least in my experience, about Eric Olson. I heard so many stories about Eric Olson. Some of them were positive, some of them were controversial, I might say, but I wanted to really find out for myself. Of course, I'm the author of the book, The Truth About World Financial Group, unauthorized, because the company did not pay me to write this book. I did it on my own, through my own experience, with almost 20 years experience with this company. And I wanted to find out for myself. So I interviewed Eric Olson over a period of years and got to know him a little bit. And I got to tell you, here's the thing that I think I'm most impressed with about Eric Olson. After all these years of thinking about it and watching him lead his team and grow this monster organization that he leads, Eric Olson is exactly who he says he is. What you see is what you get. And if you're thinking, you went to a meeting and you're thinking, this guy is a beast. He's a 6'5" beast. He comes across like that on stage, right? He's larger than life, literally and figuratively. And he's got these giant goals and giant ambitions. And that's exactly who Eric Olson is, in my opinion. That's exactly who he is. And that's one of the things I really respect about him, is that what you see is what you get. So if you really resonate with him and his leadership team, well, then you're in the right spot. And if you don't, well, then obviously, then that's something else to think about. But I will tell you this, that because he is so authentic in terms of who he is and what he does and what he means to do and his goals to take over the world, basically, and help a bunch of people do it, his leaders, are the most fiercely loyal, is the best way I can think to say it. Fiercely, with a capital F, loyal to him than any other leader I've ever seen in World Financial Group. Now, some might dispute that, just my personal experience. These people love this man. And I think it's because he is who he says he is. When he promises them he's going to help them build a business, he helps them build it. And the only thing I would say is he is full on, full blast. And he's also been guided by the steady hand. This is something some people know and some people don't, but he's been guided for many years through this by the steady hand of WFG patriarch Rich Thawley, who I have tremendous respect for. Another video I should just do on Rich Thawley, who's not really so much in the business anymore, but guides top leaders like Eric Olson through the process, because he's been doing it for so long and he's so good at it. And I think Rich has helped Eric kind of temper his ambition and his power, because it's just unbridled. And I think that Rich Thawley has sort of served as a positive bridle, so to speak, for Eric Olson's tremendous, seemingly limitless ambition. So if you're looking at joining his team or one of his leaders, one of Eric Olson's leaders, I tell you what, you are in for the ride of a lifetime. They are what they are. They are what they say they are. They are ambitious, and they want to be number one, and they want to build the biggest thing in the world. They want to help a bunch of people. I'll tell you what I would do if I were you, and you just have been exposed to this, and you're thinking, what is this? This guy's like a hurricane. He is like a hurricane. There's no question about it. It's just that he's telling you what he is and how he believes, and take it or leave it. You know what you're getting, and I respect that. I think that's something to be respected. Follow him on Instagram. You know what you're going to see Eric Olson doing? Not bragging about how great he is. You're going to see Eric Olson promoting the people he's leading, all the way from people making $1 million a year and more to people who just got their $50,000 watch. He promotes them tirelessly. And I think Sandra, his wife, is another positive influence on Eric, and she helps round out the Pinnacle leadership team. And she's a phenomenal asset. And another person, what you see is what you get. She's very, very dynamic and a high integrity person. They're a dynamic couple that I tell you, I don't think you can go wrong following them, especially if you're really, really ambitious and you really want to take this thing all the way and see what you can do. These are the people to do it with. And if you went to one of their meetings and you have a chance to get in on their team, you are very, very lucky. You are in for the ride of a lifetime. So bottom line, I wrote about Eric in my book. Here's a picture of Eric. If you haven't seen Eric before, you can look him up online. Eric Olson, great guy, great couple with him and Sandra, and very, very powerful people. And you can learn a lot from them. We all can. Thanks for watching.